we see, we begin every session with a little meditation. One meditation I like to suggest here, it's very lovely, is to see the session, and we're calling this next sequence the Paradise sequence for obvious reasons. To see the session as already completed. Cast your seeds into the future. See the receiver getting up from the mat, completed, feeling refreshed, feeling rejuvenated, feeling joyful, feeling enlivened and enlightened. See them putting on their sneakers, very, very joyful. See it all. Take your seeds, cast them into the future. And from here we're going to continue now with a beautiful sequence. The first part of it is called dual leg rotations, a lovely way of releasing hydraulic pressure from the sacroiliac joint, the result of a buildup of gases in blood, and of course lymphatic fluid and adhesions, etc. But it's also the buildup of emotions and thoughts. So we could start with tiny little Zen circles in one direction, tiny little Zen circles in the other direction, and eventually we want to go larger and larger and larger, always keeping it rhythmic, always keeping it fluid, always keeping it consistent. And we want to go larger so that we're actually creating an oval shape, and we can see the hips becoming more free and open, greater range of motion, and we can see the creation of fresh synovial fluid throughout the entire joint system. Just like so. Beautiful dual leg rotations. And the next procedure in the Paradise sequence is called the posterior leg stretch, and we get in a nice casual position, draping the receiver's leg over our inner thigh, and we begin with a hello stretch, getting nice leverage on the foot, leaning back, imagining the energy radiating behind the Achilles tendon, imagining it going a little further up the back of the calf, behind the knee, and then of course right into the pelvis. You want to hold that stretch for at least one full refreshing respiration. One full inhale and one full exhale. And from here, the second part of that is to flex your fingers and to insert them in the center of the foot and to lean back and access this wonderful sensation, very tranquilizing for the receiver, leaning back, and then you begin with bilateral, meaning both both hands at the same time, and then of course we offer an alternating finger walk, opening up the halicious longus, otherwise known as the delicious longus. Back and forth like so, breaking up the adhesions, opening up the energy, and stimulating hundreds of reflex points. Okay, we could say goodbye to this, similar to how we said hello. We can hook here, and we can offer a very strong Achilles and posterior leg stretch like so, or we can bring the leg very high and hang on it, again offering a very powerful posterior leg release. Okay, and also we can add a beautiful punctuation point where we use just the four toes, the four smaller toes, and we roll them away from us and remove all the excess range of motion, and then suddenly, right at the very end, metatarsal alignment. The beautiful metatarsal alignment. Okay, from here we go into the beautiful supported straight leg stretch. Instant leg is straight, cupping the heel, putting the toes on the forearm, and child hand leaning just above the knee and leaning back, stretching the Achilles tendon, and it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Enjoying a very casual stretch, very, very elegant, very easy to perform, affecting the Achilles tendon, slightly hyperextending the knee, and also compressing the hip joint also. Very free. Now the sister to the supported straight leg stretch is the following stretch. The two of them go together very beautifully, and we make a nice smooth transition. I take my inner knee and gently drape it over the receiver's leg. I turn and I direct the foot over the forehead, and I press firmly on the heel and draw very firmly on the knee. And if in fact I sense intuitively that the receiver wants more, I sustain this stretch. I come up off my heels and direct